I had a few questions for you men. One question is regarding Noah's Ark. Regarding Noah's Ark, why didn't the animals, I just want the middle section to answer, only the middle section. Why didn't, when Noah got all the animals in the ark, how come the tigers and the lions didn't start to eat all the other animals on the ark? Why didn't the animals eat the other animals? Why didn't the carnivore animals eat the plant eater animals or whatever? Why didn't they attack each other? Why? Go ahead. Your answer is?
Because all the animals were vegetarian.
Very good. You heard it. All the animals were vegetarian. Give me that, Captain. Genesis 1 and 30. Very good. Very good. You know there's some Israelites that can't answer that question.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 30. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb.
I have given every green herb
for meat.
For meat.
And it was so.
And it was so. So all the animals, including man, only ate the green herbs. Nobody ate meat. When did meat enter our diet? That's my next question. When did meat enter our diet? Yes, you right here.
After the flood.
Very good. In Genesis 9, after the flood. That's when meat was introduced to man's diet. Prior to the flood, nobody ate meat. Everybody understand that? Yes, sir. Very good. All right, next question. What was the name of the Pharaoh when our forefathers left Egypt? What was the name of the Pharaoh? Shalom.
Was it Ramses II?
Okay, if somebody challenged you and said, prove it, where would you go?
It'll be Exodus chapter 1, I think verse 10, where it says, it built for Pharaoh treasured cities.
Okay, let's read that, Captain Isaac. Let's read.
The book of Exodus, chapter 1 and verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens. And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
Now, that's very good. But now, I'm going to give you another one. Add this to your arsenal. Numbers chapter 33 and verse 3. Let's read 1 to 3.
Testing, 1, 2.
But verse 3 is the point.
The book of Numbers, chapter 33 and verse 1. These are the journeys of the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt, with their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. And Moses wrote their goings out according to their journeys by the commandment of the Lord. And these are their journeys according to their going out. And they departed from Ramesses in the first month.
They departed from who?
Ramses.
Go ahead.
In the first month, on the 15th day of the first month, on the morrow after the Passover, the children of Israel went out within high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians.
So don't let nobody tell you that the Pharaoh was Queen Hatshepsut, Akhenaten. No, it was Ramses. We departed from Ramses. That was the Pharaoh during the beginning of the 19th dynasty. Now, my next question. How come, now these are all questions based from the black unconscious thing. They always throw these questions up. How come there's no bones or tombs of the kings of Israel to be found? How come, if Israel existed, where are their tombs? How come nobody can find their tombs, their sepulchres, their burial grounds? Why is that? Now, here's where you go. Jeremiah chapter 8 and verse 1.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 8 and verse 1. At that time, saith the Lord, they shall bring out the bones of the kings of Judah, and the bones of his princes, and the bones of the priests, and the bones of the prophets, and the bones of the inhabitants of Jerusalem out of their graves. And they shall spread them before the sun and the moon, and all the host of heaven, whom they have loved, and whom they have served, and after whom they have walked, and whom they have sought, and whom they have worshipped. They shall not be gathered, nor be buried. They shall be for dung upon the face of the earth.
So that's the proof that our burial ground, sepulchres, was destroyed. They went in, like Levi said, he was correct. They went in and invaded our tombs, took our bones out, because it was customary. When you look at many nations, when the kings of, not of just of Israel, other kings died, what was it common to bury with them? Riches and things of that nature. So the Most High said, because Israel was wicked and we started worshiping the sun, the moon, and stars, he said, that's what your bones are going to be. Spread out before the sun, meaning our burial grounds would be destroyed. Now, this happened after the time of Christ. How do we know? When you go to Acts, get Acts chapter 2 and verse 29.
The book of Acts, chapter 2 and verse 29. Men and brethren, let me freely speak unto you of the patriarch David, that he is both dead and buried, and his sepulchre is with us unto this day.
So David's sepulchre, his graveyard, his tomb was there during the time of Peter and them. So Jeremiah's prophecy was later on. He said, listen, this is what's going to happen to y'all. That's why people, where's David's tomb? You ain't going to find it now. It's been disturbed, destroyed. Everybody understand that? Okay, next question. Next question. Who is the God-sent comforter? Who is the comforter? Who is the biblical, maybe I didn't word it right. Who's the biblical comforter?
That's Christ.
Okay, that sounds profound. Where would you go to prove?
Isaiah 51:12.
Oh, I like that. Give me that. Isaiah 51:12. I likes that.
Isaiah 51 and verse 12. I, even I, am he that comforteth you. Who art thou, that thou shouldest be afraid of a man that shall die?
Can you read the verse above it so we know what he's talking about?
Verse 11. Therefore, the redeemed of the Lord shall return, and come with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head. They shall obtain gladness and joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. I, even I, am he that comforteth you.
So it's the Lord that is the comforter. Now, when you go back to John 14, where Archangel had taken us, this is the chapter where the unlearned, and not just Israelites, because you get Muslims that use John 14:2 to say the comforter is that, what's that dude, camel jockey's name? Muhammad. They say Muhammad is the comforter. When you go to John 14, is it I'm not looking at it. Somebody, is it verse 18? 18, read 18 for me.
John chapter 14 and verse 18. I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you.
You stressed the wrong word. Stress the correct word, Isaac.
I will not leave you comfortless. I will come to you.
So who is the I, brothers? Christ. That's the Lord that Isaiah 51 was making reference to. So the Lord is the comforter. So you got Isaiah 51:12. Now before you go to Isaiah 51:12, cut them right here in the very chapter. Don't leave the chapter. Stay right there. Go to verse 18. That cuts them. Then you go to Isaiah 51:12. Then you go to Romans 15:4. Let's go there.
The book of Romans, chapter 15 and verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope.
Very good, very good. Next question. Somebody says God only deals with their camp. If you're not in their camp, it's not of the Lord. Where would you go to destroy that stupidity? You hear that stupidity? Now that is some stupid and evil talk. Remember my question. You have certain people, certain camps that say if you are not in their camp, you're not the elect, God is not dealing with you.
You can use Revelations 2, how he goes into the 7 churches. There were some churches that were doing evil, and he was still dealing with them.
Very good. That's good. I like that, but there's another one that gets right to the point. Give me Luke 9, Mark 9. Give me Mark 9, 38 to 41. Mark chapter 9, 38 to 41. So what Jonah said is absolutely correct, is good. Revelation 2. Let's read that. Mark 9, 38.
The book of Mark, chapter 9, verse 38. And John answered him, saying, Master, we saw one casting out devils in thy name, and he followeth not us.
He followeth not us. He's not with our camp, with our group. Go ahead.
And we forbade him, because he followeth not us.
And we made him stop doing that, because he doesn't follow our camp. Go ahead.
But Jesus said, Forbid him not,
Christ said, forbid, don't stop them. Go ahead.
For there is no man which shall do a miracle in my name that can lightly speak evil of me.
Go ahead.
For he that is not against us is on our part.
Christ let them know, whoever's not against us is for us. Y'all understand that? Was that down to 41? Go ahead, go ahead.
For whosoever shall give you a cup of water to drink in my name, because he belong to Christ, verily I say unto you, he shall not lose his reward.
Letting you know people going to get their reward. Just because you're not in a particular camp does not mean the Lord is not dealing with that camp. Did I say that right? Okay. I hear some stupidity out there. Some of you brothers might be falling for it. If it's not in this camp, it's not of the Lord. That's an egotistic maniac. Somebody that wants to frighten you to join them. Go ahead, speak.
That is exactly what it is, an egotistical maniac, a paranoid, schizophrenia type of person, afraid that he's going to lose members, and he try to use fear tactics and all types of foolishness to get brothers to join him. That's crazy.
Exactly. Next question, next and last question. There are many documentaries out there that says the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia. Ethiopians are saying, yes, we have the Ark of the Covenant, but it's secret. We cannot allow you to see it. Is that right or wrong?
2 Maccabees 2, 4, and 7.
Let's get that. 2 Maccabees 2, verse 4 and 5.
2 Maccabees, chapter 2 and verse 4. It was also contained in the same writing that the prophet, being warned of God, commanded the tabernacle and the ark to go with him as he went forth into the mountain, when Moses climbed up and saw the heritage of God. And when Jeremy came thither,
Jeremy is Jeremiah. Go ahead.
he found an hollow cave, wherein he laid the tabernacle and the ark and the altar of incense, and so stopped the door. And some of those that followed him came to mark the way, but they could not find it. Which when Jeremy perceived, he blamed them, saying, As for that place, it shall be unknown until the time that God gather his people again together.
Y'all hear that? It shall be unknown until God gather his people together again, meaning until the 12 tribes of Israel come back. When we come back, that ark going to be right there with us, and we going to war. Just like when you read with Joshua and Moses, when the priests carried the ark in front, man, they tore up some stuff. Y'all got to read that history. Them nations ain't going to be able to stand against us. You watch.
Shalom, Israel. I'm Elder Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. YouTube likes to shut our channels down, as some of you have noticed, ever so often. Subscribing to join IUIC will assure you will always stay connected to our YouTube accounts. We want to do our best to make sure this truth gets out. Please click and join our subscriber YouTube channel called Join IUIC to stay linked to all of our videos. So again, please make sure you subscribe to this Join IUIC channel to get your latest updates from all our YouTube channels. Shalom.